Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. And today I'm going to be covering the new New York Times slash Siena College poll and talk about how this puts Donald Trump in an ultimate position to win the 2024 presidential election. Now, before we get started with the video, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, follow all socials in the links in the description down below, and join our Discord server and hit that little bell so you don't miss another video that I post. And without further ado, let's get right into it. So, first of all, Donald Trump is leading Joe Biden by 5 points nationally, which is a 9.5 percentage point swing from the 2020 national popular vote. Donald Trump is sitting at a higher popular vote percentage than what he was in 2020. And as well, you can see here it says President Biden is struggling to overcome doubts about his leadership inside his own party and broad dissatisfaction over the nation's direction, leaving him trailing behind Donald J. Trump as their general election contest is about to begin very, very soon. You can see Donald Trump is at 48%, Biden's at 43%. Only 1 in 4 voters think that the country is moving in the right direction. And you can see a majority of the voters think that the economy is in poor condition. A share of voters strongly disapprove of Mr. Biden's handling of his job has reached 47%, higher than in times Siena polls at any point in his presidency. You can see here Mr. Biden has marched through the early nominating states with nominal opposition, but polls show Democrats remain deeply divided about the prospect of Mr. Biden, the 81-year-old chief executive, leading the party again. About as many Democratic primary voters said Mr. Biden should not be the nominee in 2024, with his opposition strongest among younger voters than 45. Mr. Trump's ability to consolidate the Republican base better than Mr. Biden has unified his own party, showing strikingly in the current thinking of 2020 voters. Mr. Trump is winning 97% of those who voted for him in 2024 years ago. However, Biden is only retaining 83% of those voters, with 10% of those voters saying they are now backing Trump. It's a very tough decision. I'm seriously thinking about not voting. Who voted for Mr. Biden in 2020? Trump voters are going to come out no matter what. For Democrats, it's going to be bad. I don't know why they're not thinking of someone else. Donald Trump leads a 5 point win in the national popular vote as of right now. And we can see here that one of the ominous findings for Mr. Biden in the new poll is that historical edge Democrats have held with working class voters of color who did not attend a college continues to erode. Mr. Biden won 72% of those voters in 2020 with a 50-point edge of Trump. However, now Biden only barely wins those voters by 47% to 41%, which is a big, big, big shift. That is a massive, massive shift. Mr. Trump had a 44% approval rating, while Biden's is at 38%, which is pretty crazy to even think about that. And you can see the worst part, Mr. Biden fared off even worse at 38% among the 19% of voters who said they disapproved of both nominees. An unusually large cohort in 2024 that pollsters and political strategists sometimes call the double haters. Mr. Biden led Trump 45% to 33%. So even the people who basically the people who don't like both of them, they're leaning more towards Biden. So a lot of the undecideds are probably going to go towards Biden at the end of the day. The candidate who has won double haters was victorious in the elections in 2016 and 2020. For now, though, unhappiness with the state of the country is plainly a drag on Mr. Biden's prospects. 2/3 of the country feels the nation is heading the wrong direction, and Mr. Trump is winning 63% of those voters. The share of voters who believe the nation is on the right track is only at 24%. And so basically, this is saying Trump has got a big advantage over Biden right now. However, a lot of the double hater voters are possibly going to break for Biden according to this poll. And so, pretty much, if we were to put this on an electoral college map, okay, maybe Trump is not leading by 5, but let's say at the end of the day, he ends up leading by like a point or he's tied in the national popular vote. So let's say he's tied in the national popular vote. If he is, that means he's gaining in a lot of states like Texas and Florida. He's gaining in a lot of deep Democratic states. I'd say at this point, Oregon's probably likely. You could say Hawaii's still safe. Alaska's probably still likely in this scenario. Colorado would be likely them as well. Probably New Mexico is not. Maybe New Mexico is a little bit below that. You could say Illinois and New York are likely, and then all of these would essentially be safe Democrat, except for New Jersey and Delaware. Virginia in this scenario, I think, would be over a 5-point victory, and Maine's first district would be safe. Nebraska's second would be lean Democrat, including Maine at large, with the second district being safe Republican. And then you have the final swing states here with Minnesota being lean Democratic. And at this point, Wisconsin would probably go lean Republican. Georgia would go lean Republican, including North Carolina, as well as Nevada, with Michigan and Pennsylvania probably tilting into Donald Trump's column. New Hampshire would go tilt lean Democrat, whereas Arizona, I think in this scenario would be the one state where I think Biden would be able to pick it off, especially because of the fact that there are basically are allowing people to vote there without any voter ID. They tried passing a law trying to get in some voter ID initiatives in there, and they basically were like, no, that's apparently it's racist or something. So pretty much illegals are going to be able to go vote in Arizona next cycle with no proof of identification of their citizenship. And so I think that even if Trump wins the popular vote by like 2 or 3 points, he could probably still lose Arizona by like a couple of points, to be honest. At this point, I might be very slim on his chances there. But based off of what this poll is saying and how, Biden leads among double voters and how Trump is up by 5, I'd say that by the time we get to the election, that poll would turn into a tied national popular vote. And this is more than likely what the electoral college map would end up looking like. A lot of, areas, well, maybe Virginia's below the 5-point victory, but let's say a lot of his erosion in the popular vote from Biden mostly comes from like Oregon or New Mexico or Minnesota, New York, New Jersey, Illinois. And so that's basically it for this video. I just kind of wanted to cover that poll because it was a pretty big poll. Tends to be one of the most respected pollsters as of now. And so if you guys did like the video, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, follow all socials in the links in the description down below, and join our Discord server and hit that little bell so you don't miss another video that I post. And I hope to see you guys very soon.